Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to English Learners. Today I want to tell you a story that might sound simple, but it carries a truth that can change the way you learn forever. It's about why some people continue learning English no matter how hard it gets, while others give up too soon. It's about something invisible, something that lives inside all of us, something called grit. There once was a boy named Ravi who dreamed of speaking English fluently. He wasn't from a rich family, and English wasn't spoken much in his small town. Every time he opened his textbook, he felt excited for a few minutes, then confused. He watched videos, listened to songs, joined free classes, but still, when he tried to speak, the words never came out right. Sometimes his classmates laughed at his pronunciation. Sometimes he couldn't remember what he had studied the night before. He began to wonder if English just wasn't for him. One night, Ravi sat at his desk feeling completely defeated. He thought about his friend Mira, who always seemed to speak so easily. "Why is it so hard for me?" he asked himself. He opened YouTube and randomly clicked a video about a book by Angela Duckworth called Grit: The Power of Passion and Perseverance. He listened quietly as the speaker explained that grit means loving something deeply and not giving up on it, no matter how long it takes. That night, Ravi wrote one line in his notebook: "I will not stop until I can speak my heart in English." He didn't know it then, but that small promise was the moment his journey truly began. Grit is not about talent. It's not about luck. It's not even about being smart. It's about staying when others leave, continuing when others stop. Most people start with excitement. They buy books, make plans, and promise to study every day. But after a few weeks, when progress slows down and results are not visible, they lose motivation. They think they are not good enough. But those who have grit keep going. They know learning is not a race, it's a journey. They understand that real growth happens slowly, quietly, in the background, like a seed turning into a tree. Ravi began again, but this time he changed his approach. He stopped chasing speed and started valuing consistency. Instead of studying for hours once a week, he decided to study for just 15 minutes every day. He listened to short English podcasts in the morning while brushing his teeth. He wrote 3 new sentences every night before sleeping. He practiced speaking alone, even when no one was listening. At first, it felt silly, but as the weeks passed, something changed. He began to remember more words. He began to understand longer sentences. He began to feel more confident. It was slow progress, but it was real progress. Consistency is more powerful than speed. If you study English for only a few minutes every day, your brain starts to adapt. It gets used to the sound, the rhythm, the structure of the language. Each small action builds another layer, and slowly, you transform without even realizing it. It's like walking a long road. You may not notice how far you've come until you look back and see the distance you've covered. One day, Ravi met a friend named Aisha. She was also learning English, but often complained that it was boring. She said, "I don't think I'm made for this. I keep forgetting everything." Ravi smiled and replied, "You don't need to be perfect today. You just need to show up again tomorrow." That one sentence changed Aisha's mindset. She started small, just like Ravi, and within months, her confidence grew. She realized that learning is not about doing a lot once. It's about doing a little every day, again and again. As Ravi continued his journey, he discovered something even more powerful: passion. At first, English had been just another subject to him. But now, it started to feel like a friend. He loved listening to English songs and understanding the lyrics. He enjoyed watching movies without subtitles. He felt proud when he could express his thoughts clearly. Passion became his fuel. Even when he was tired, he found himself saying, "Just 5 more minutes." That's the beauty of passion. It grows quietly in your heart until it becomes the fire that keeps you alive. But passion alone is not enough. You need purpose. Purpose is the reason you wake up and do something even when it's hard. It's the why behind every effort. For Ravi, the purpose was simple. He wanted to teach his younger sister English so she could dream bigger. For some people, purpose might be to get a better job, to travel, or to connect with others across the world. Whatever your reason is, keep it close. On the days when you feel tired and lost, your purpose will remind you why you started. One evening, Ravi attended a local English-speaking club. He introduced himself in front of 10 people, but halfway through, he forgot what to say. Everyone looked at him silently. His heart beat faster. For a moment, he wanted to run away. But then, he remembered the word grit. He smiled, took a deep breath, and continued his sentence. Afterward, the instructor said, "You did great. You didn't stop." That night, Ravi wrote again in his notebook, "Mistakes are proof that I'm trying." Failure stopped scaring him. He began to see failure as a teacher. Every time he made a mistake, he learned something new. If he mispronounced a word, he practiced it again and again until it sounded right. If he couldn't understand a movie, he replayed it, paused, and repeated the lines. He didn't try to be perfect anymore. He tried to be better than yesterday. And that made all the difference. Learning English is like climbing a mountain. You can't see the top from the bottom, but every step takes you higher. Some days are sunny and easy. Other days are stormy and painful. But the view is always worth the climb. Ravi realized that grit is not just about strength. It's about hope, the belief that no matter how difficult today is, tomorrow can be better if you keep trying. Months passed. Ravi's English improved. He could hold conversations easily, write longer essays, and even help others in his community learn. But more than that, he had changed as a person. He had become patient, confident, and resilient. He no longer compared himself to others. He only compared himself to the person he was yesterday. He finally understood what the author meant when she said that grit is not born, it's built. Now, when Ravi meets new learners, he always tells them the same thing. Don't worry about how fast you're going. Just don't stop. Rest if you need, but always come back. Even if you study only 10 minutes a day, do it with love and focus. One day, you'll look back and realize you've become fluent, not just in English, but in determination. Every time you listen to an English podcast, every time you repeat a sentence, every time you write a paragraph, you're not just improving your language, you're training your character. You're building patience, discipline, and courage. That is what grit really means, not just learning words, but learning strength. So, my friends, if you ever feel like giving up, remember Ravi's story. Remember that every small effort counts. Remember that passion grows with time. Purpose gives you energy, and consistency turns dreams into reality. You already have what it takes inside you. You already have grit. When you wake up tomorrow morning, whisper to yourself, "I can do it. I will keep learning. I am an English learner." Because you are. And as long as you keep going, there is nothing that can stop you. Thank you so much for spending your time with English learners. You didn't just learn about English today, You learned about life. Keep practicing, keep believing, and remember, even small steps every day can take you to the top of the mountain. You have grit. You are growing. And your story has just begun.